What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to bring you a quick review of, this is the Brooks Ghost Max. This is one of their somewhat newer shoes. It's probably about a year old now, but this is one of their max cushion shoes. And I want to get a quick review of it up from a general consumer. I like to think I'm an excellent runner, but I honestly am not. I'm more of a 3 to 6 mile runner, couple days a week, 3 or 4 days a week, depending on how I feel and how the weather is. It's just not starting to get nicer here. But I kind of want to go through a review of these. This is my second pair. I have a previous other pair that I wear to work. And I kind of want to go through on who this may be for, may not be for. So essentially this is a Ghost shoe, one of their Brooks Ghosts, but it just has the max cushion. If you compare it to the Saucony, this is the Endorphin Speed 3. It has a similar cushion stack as this, but this may be a different, if you compare it to, let's just say, this is usually what I wear on a day-to-day basis, is the Adrenaline GTS. I don't really like these shoes, so I would not recommend these, but my wife gets a discount through Brooks, so it's hard to say no to their shoes, but it does have a decent amount more stack height, probably 4 or 5 millimeters. So when it comes to just the general, we'll just kind of start at the top and go to the bottom. The upper is really nice. It's not very breathable compared to, I would say, even the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3. It doesn't breathe the most, it's not the most breathable shoe out there. It is a very light upper. It fits really well. I don't have any issues with sizes. The shoelaces are really nice. The tongue is extremely well padded. The back here has some nice padding to it also. So I haven't had any issue with padding or anything. It doesn't have the thinnest tongue. I like the Saucony tongues a little bit better just because of how thin they are. It's probably hard to see on here, but there's doesn't breathe very well on the tongue, where the Saucony one, it really does breathe really well here at the top. Has an ungusseted tongue. This one doesn't. But the uppers is really nice. The colors are hit or miss. I wish they had more colors in the Max versus the Ghost. I feel like they have like 40 colors, but in the Max they just have a few limited ones. I don't know how I feel about this color, but the colors are kind of hit or miss for me for those. I know color's not a big thing, but it may be important for some people. When it comes to the actual running in these, they're those shoes that you run when you don't want to beat your legs up, so they're give you a lot more cushion, a lot more support. I wouldn't say they're like a max stability or support shoe, but they do have, compared to say, like the Endorphin Shifts or some of the Hokas, the max cushion there, or even I tried the New Balance, the 1080, I think V14, whatever version they're on. These have a little bit more stability on them, which I prefer than some of the other shoes out there. So this is probably pretty good if you don't want to beat yourself up. It doesn't have a good rocker motion compared to the Endorphin Speed 3s I usually run when I'm doing like more speed work, or if I go to the track, or if I'm doing sprints, or just doing like 3 or 4 maybe faster miles. I will do the Speed 3s. They have a nylon plate in them, so they have a little more rocker motion to them. When it comes to just wearing around, walking at work, that's where I think these things shine, besides the breathability of the upper and the tongue. The tongue's just too thick for me. I just think all of Brooks' tongues are really thick, and like Saucony's tongues are pretty thin, Asics tongues are pretty thin. If you look at like the Nimbus, even some of the Mizuno, like some of their shoes have a little bit thinner tongues. That would be my only complaint, but these are very comfortable shoes, very supportive, good build quality. My Mizuno shoes that I used to use the Wave Rider ones, but they just would fall apart after like a couple months, so I quit doing that. These things do kind of have a little issue where they kind of cave in here. Like I wouldn't recommend these for workout shoes, but if you're just doing general walking, running, I think these are an excellent option. They are a little bit expensive. I think they're like $150. Which I guess if you compare to the Endorphin Speed 3, those are $160, but these are probably more race day, daily trainer shoes. While these I think you could use more for just walking and general use, along with running. These are good if maybe if you have bad knees, or you're just, I'm getting a little bit older in my 40s, so I like a little bit more cushion at the bottom. My feet tend to hurt a little bit more in these while I can run faster. It's just a difference. I think there's just more padding, more support here. When it comes to weight, these are pretty heavy. 10 and a half, 10.2 ounces around there. While a lot of the Saucony shoes are like 8 to 9.5, 8 to 10. So they're a little bit lighter. They're probably similar to like the Asics, the Nimbus 25, 26, or even some of the Hoka, like the Mach 5s. I think those are the ones I used last. Those may have been a little bit lighter, but they're going to be very similar to a lot of your more max cushion shoes. But they feel significantly heavier than the Endorphin Speeds when I wear them. These are just very, very light shoes. Probably my most comfortable shoes would be these, but I don't think you're supposed to be walking around in plated shoes all the time. But that's it. Really happy with them. If you need just an all-around great shoe with a little bit more cushion, and you're okay with the upper not being super breathable, my feet tend to run on the warmer side, so it's been a little bit of an issue for me. But everything else has been really good. And Brooks has good support, so if something happens, they will probably take your word for whatever you need and help you out. So that's it. Been really happy with them. Highly recommend, especially if you're looking for. I had the Hoka, the Mach 4, I think, and those things fall apart pretty quickly. I've had these for probably 4 or 5 months. I wear them almost every day. These are more of my running, workouts, wear all the time shoes when I do long distance runs. But that's it. Really happy with them. Actually, I've been happy with most of all my shoes besides some of my Mizuno ones. So that's it. If you have any comments, questions, leave them below, and I'll get back to you, and have a good rest of the weekend.